Okay, so our next plate is about run cycles. As you can see here, I am currently using, or I have currently opened our recent practice or exercise plate, which is the walk cycle. So we will be using this as our run cycle plate. So I'll just press the stop button here. I'll go to my file and I'll just choose save as, go to the desktop where my folder is located, and then I will just name it accordingly. This is going to be plate number 4, the run cycle. That's it. So next thing, I will now select all of my control points, no? And then I will set my end frame, let's say to 100. This is to make sure that I do not have any hidden frames or keyframes there, no? Because what I will do now is I will select all of these control points and I will delete all of their keyframes. Oops, sorry for that. It was in frame number 1. So here, let me just delete this first. And then here, delete. Let me delete that. Let me... Oops, sorry. Let's just delete. I'm just selecting, right clicking and pressing delete on each keyframes that I have. But if you would like to start with a new file, that will also be fine, and just import your existing file. That will also be fine. But let's say I will use the walk cycle, and then I will use the frame number 1 because it is already prepositioned. No, it is already prepositioned. I'll just set this, or I will just look at my run cycle reference, which is here. So it is indicating that the run cycle reference is just half of the cycle is 7 frames. So what I will do here is I will set this to 14 to have a complete cycle. And then I will now start looking at my reference that frame number 1 is a contact pose. So relating it to the recent plate, which is walk cycle. Walk cycles also have contact poses. So there are some similar poses such as the down pose, the passing pose, and the up. So there are also poses like that, but they are different in their position. And also they are different in their timing or frame number. Because this is a bit faster, this is a run cycle. So as you can see, there will be no in-betweens here. It is actually straight up all keyframes. Okay? So I'll just go for my contact 1. That is the right foot forward. So let me just go here, looking at that. So I will further just rotate the body a bit more forward, and then I'll just have this facing more raised up, and then the arms, they are raised. Oops, sorry, raised it forward, raise it up, forward. So it's like bending the elbow like that. And then the arm here behind there. And then the legs raised. This one, please excuse the skinning. I have not yet corrected the skinning. But this is just for the sake of an example. There. E. Rotating it. A bit more angled. There. E. There. extending further is the front foot. There, it's down on ground, and let's move that. Oops, sorry, let's drag that a bit there. So now I have a running contact pose for frame number 1. So all I need to do is select all of these control points, and since I'm on frame number 1, I will just press S to overwrite it, and now that is our contact pose, right? So the body is still the same. Let's just go and proceed on just like what we've done with the walk cycle. Let's go to frame number 7, which is the other contact pose. I can just go here to frame number 7, and I can start by changing the positions of the footings, for example here, yeah, something like that, W. So once you have done the walk cycle, you are actually going to feel some familiarity with regards to the procedure of it. So you're just going to be accessing actually the same control points, and you will also be creating keyframes at the similar frame numbers at some point. So let's just say I'll extend this to here, W. Oops, sorry, just dragging that bit forward, down, E, making it step on its heel, not too much. There it is. Looking at the front, W, drag that, okay, and then the arms switch also. There it is. There, and then the other arm to be switching at the back. There, and then let's twist the body a little bit. So we're supposed to twist this there, W, a little move, and then the shoulder, it's supposed to keep it straight. There it is. Selecting all of this and making sure I'm on frame number 7, pressing S. There, so now it's recorded. So now I have 2 contact poses. If I test to drag it, so foot is just changing. I can copy, right? I can copy. I'll select all of this. I can just copy frame number 1, and let's say I'll just paste it on 13. Paste there. So now it's changing back, right? Up. Okay. So let's just raise the body a little bit. Yeah, S on that. Yeah, because it should just be maintaining its head height. Okay, so now I have my contact poses planted. Now it's time to go for the middle of these parts. Let's say frame number 4, the passing pose. I'll go to frame number 4. There. So it's leveled, so I don't need to move the body up or down. I just need to position the legs. So the right foot or the outer leg is down here or touching the ground. The other one is on air. So I'll just select this. This is down ground, slightly on tiptoe. Slightly rotated. There it is. And then this one, W, dragging it up forward. Now let's drag this a little bit at the back. There. And then here. Yep. The arms, they are quite in a similar position, so it's looking fine. Now I'll select this and I'll press S. So all of it. Now we have that pose. I can also do that on the other. So you just have to count, no? From the contact pose, 1, 2, 3. So it's the third one. So from this contact pose, 7, right? It's going to be 8, 9, and 10. So it's going to be the 10th frame here. So I'll go to frame number 10 here. And then I'll just change the position of the footing. So this one, oops, no. That one goes front and this one goes at the back. Tiptoeing a bit. There. And then this one, W down. And then this one there. That is it. Selecting again, pressing S. So now I have my see, so it's starting to appear a bit normal. I can cut this off now, or I can just set this to 13. Yeah, so when I play it, so it's a bit cycling now. Now let's go to the other poses. I am done with my contact, my passing pose. So now I'll just go to the down pose this time. Frame number 2. So I'll go to down pose. There. So the down pose is actually the lowest point of the pose or the lowest point of the cycle, wherein I can just drag this down, literally dragging it down like that. And then I can just flatten this foot here. Let's flatten it a bit. There. Dragging this down a bit. There it is. Arms are a bit wider and lower also. And down here. There. So now I'll just select all of this and I'll press S and it's down. So there's the down. Okay. There. It's a bit looking natural now because of the down. Right? I don't need to do this posing number 3 because it's like an in-between already. So it's like being generated, but not, right? It's like being generated by the... So I don't need to do that anymore. I can just select it and press S. So there will be a keyframe there. Right? And then the number 5 frame, that's the up frame. So this is number 5 up frame. So this is something that we need to fix. Meaning from 4 there, as you can see, I'll bring it to 5. So I will bring down this leg, reaching out to the ground, but also I'll raise up the body there. So it's a bit tiptoeing, and I can raise this up a bit. That's it. I can now select this and press S, and I have frame number 5. See? Now frame number 6 is again an in-between with a contact pose, and it's like it's been generated. Or I can slightly adjust it, like this pointing down to give some drag, and then heightening this up a bit. Pressing S at number 6, and then that's it. Right? If I play that, so it's starting to appear natural halfway. Now, problem is we do not have, or we did not use a headline. So we do not know how low did the body went down, right? We don't know how low did we pull down this lower body or this hip control, right? So the obvious thing to do is this. You go to your second frame. That's the down pose, right? Go there. Then you go to your channel box, and in your channel box, you just select this, the Y axis. That's the elevation axis value. You just double click that or Control A to select all of it, and then you just copy it. Copy. Now I will go to the next down pose. So usually the down pose is followed by the contact pose. So if contact 1, next is down pose, then if this contact 7, it will be followed by a down pose. So that means on frame number 8, that's the down pose. So how low this will go, I can just now select the same body control. I can select this and I'll just paste it. And it goes down, similar. So I did not touch the angles. I did not touch the position left or right. Or I only access the elevation, which is the y-axis. So it went down, and now all I need to do is just follow the poses of a down pose, which is flattening the foot directly on ground. There. Widening the arms a bit. Lowering it. And then leg. There. So now I can select all of this, and I'm on frame 8, press S, and it's down. See, now it's down again. See, so now the down pose. The down pose is very important here because it gives that natural look of the run, right? So next is frame number 3, which is frame number 9 in this case. So I can just select that. It's appearing okay. So I'll just select all of it and press, oops, let me just adjust that. There, keeping it within the ground line, keeping it consistent, then pressing S on frame number 9. Okay. Then number 10, we have number 10 already. That's the passing pose. And then number 11, that's going to be the up pose. So the up pose, again, I can copy the frame number 5, which is the up pose here. I will just do the same. I will select the hip. I'll just copy its elevation value or y-axis value. Now I'll go to frame number 10. Oops, sorry. What frame is it? It's 4. Let me select that. It's a bit confusing. 7. There's the down post, the in between. Yeah, and then I'll go here at the 11th post there. At the 11th, I'll just paste this. There it is. Now I'll just put this down on ground. Make this widen a bit more. There. Selecting all of my controls on 11th frame, press S. Hang time, frame number 12. There. So let's just extend that a bit. There. Creating that drag. Selecting all of it and pressing S. So now I have all of my keyframes for the run. I can Control S to save, and then I can just do this. I can space bar and view it. So the run is now natural looking. So that is how you do your run cycle. Stop that. I'll save it. So I'll see you on the next lesson.